All right, welcome back to another video. These are the patch notes for yesterday, August 29th of 2024, which were released yesterday, of course, after the server shut down day before yesterday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. At least that's my time zone. This list was all about updates as well as bug fixes. And if you looked at the list is very, very long, or at least longer than normal. But I'm going to go through and give a quick rundown of what some of the updates you were given, just because and just in case you weren't able to look through them yourself. But some things are going to pertain to the channel as well, so some of the questions and comments you guys left me on previous videos, and some may not. But I'm going to let you guys know some of the bug fixes and updates that pertain closer to me, and ones that I found very important. But if you go through the list, first thing is that you notice is that there's released two more cosmetics. One's going to be cosmetics for your character. It's going to be the Sunshine Splash, as well as some territory stuff, which is basically more like, I guess, creating a beach scene. So I guess you can bring the beach win and wherever you go. But those are some of the things, including also a new blueprint for your soaker, new weapons and stuff like that, weapon skins. But as you go down, you'll see some of the things that are going to be new additions to it. We're also getting new cosmetics for like your mailbox, the refrigerator, etc., etc. You'll find those sitting in the shop. If you go further down, some of the future things they're going to have is like some kind of like school uniform type vibe. I mean, if that's your vibe, you can definitely do that, as well as like some kind of closed in classroom. But that's going to be for future updates as it is. But if you continue to go down there, just some of the things that they've been doing. If you go into mod optimizations, you'll see that they are going to make it easier to categorize everything by parameters, whether it's for your effects, attributes, abilities, etc., like that for your mods. If you continue to go down, you can do weapon builds and stuff like that. Also, one thing that I think is really cool is there's an option in your settings for vaulting. Instead of having to worry about jumping yourself, if you want it to be automatic, you can actually have it set to where it just automatically vaults for you instead of having to jump, etc., etc., etc. Another one of the updates that they put out is the Prime War optimization. Not only are there optimizations for stuttering and things that we've noticed, especially when people teleport in and out, but they've also made sure that there's no loitering. So instead of being able to sit around and wait for the timer, you're going to have to leave. If you actually sit there longer than normal, I'm not sure what the time limit is, it will force you out and teleport you back to your own territory. So keep that in mind. Also, building optimization, they're actually recategorizing some of the things that we have, I guess, to make it easier to find what we're looking for. Some of those categories would be like decor and accessories will now be in furniture facility, and furniture's functional facilities. So I'm guessing that most people had a problem with how it was categorized, because I know for me, sometimes when you're looking for certain things and you think it's in one category as opposed to the other, it made it kind of hard to navigate. So they did some updates with that. I just kind of wish they would update building to where, building a roof wouldn't be a hassle and a half. Anyways, if you continue to go down, you'll just see different things: open world experience optimization, different things like locating the morphic crates. They're going to be a little bit different areas, but it's supposed to be in the same region as they normally are. So maybe and hopefully Map Genie has an update for that. If you haven't been using that, go to Map Genie. You can find the locations of all kinds of things. As we go down, another thing that I'm actually really excited for is going to be this field guide optimization. So instead of just having an area for what fish you catch or what deviations you have, it's going to show what formulas you've unlocked. Because I know sometimes we're wondering, which formula is this? And this one, since all of it's based on RNG, at least now we can have it cataloged of what we have compared to what we don't have, or at least get a better idea of things that what else is out there. Because I know for me, I really don't know how many formulas I have. I know I've been getting some repeats, but it would be nice to know how many more I'm actually like looking for, at least for this, or even how many different formulas there are in the world would be nice. But I think that's also really, really cool to have some categories, stuff like that. But now if we get to this list of bug fixes, it is quite long. It literally goes from 1 to 58. I just put down a couple of them that for myself, which I thought was more important. The first one being improved aim assist for controllers. Now, in my previous videos, when we're talking about controller support, I had a couple people comment and ask me about if there is or if there isn't aim assist. I know personally for me, when I was using it, I didn't feel like there was an aim assist. I'm not sure if it's just going to be some kind of setting in the controller settings or anything like that, but they said it's improved, so I'm hoping that it's going to be a noticeable difference, especially if you're playing on the Steam Deck, which you guys know that we've had previous videos of playing on the Steam Deck. I think it's actually a really good thing that they're making quick improvements now, especially having controller support, but we'll see how that goes in the future. I'm skipping down to number 8, which is fix an issue where enemies remained alive. I don't know about you guys, but for me, there have been many times where we are blasting through enemies and maybe we're doing it too quickly, and the game cannot recognize that this foe is dead, but sometimes they're still alive. Sometimes they're not moving and they're just there, and we'll just have to walk away and just go with it. Otherwise, sometimes they have still been fighting. So I'm glad that that is actually fixed. Going down to number 25, we did fix an issue where blueprints would occasionally show prompts that they exceeded territory range. Sometimes for me, especially building, and you don't know when, why, or how you cannot build certain things in certain areas, knowing damn well that you are inside your territory. This is going to help, especially hopefully this is going to help some of the bugs that I've had, not being able to build things in simple areas or having to figure out and search whether there's something on top, maybe by like a minor piece or anything like that. If there's a light in the way or anything like that, this should also help too as well. Moving down to 34. 34 says fix problems with dungeon objectives remained incomplete after being completed. I know the dungeon with T-Man, for some reason, even if you talk to T-Man beforehand, here and there, sometimes at random, you'll have to go do this again, especially for season 2, having to complete his whole quest line. And I've had to do it 3 times. Was it maybe Dungeon Sigma? And it was a real problem because, yeah, you know, you do it and we're going to be doing farming and stuff like that, but I would still like the objective to be finished. Now, the last one I thought that was important for me was 48. Fix an issue where seeds incorrectly displayed the insufficient sunlight icon where there wasn't enough sunlight, or whether there was enough sunlight but insufficient water. If you're trying to get your farm on, especially, it would be nice if that thing was fixed correctly, especially if you're trying to grow, especially if you're using the the buzz bees as well as the shroom guys and stuff like that, just to make sure. And of course, if you have the little rain guy, come on now, there's enough water. Let me know. Anyways, this is going to be just some of the things that I thought were important. You can definitely scroll through some of these, which were minor bug fixes for a lot of different things, like 31 code error for 204 when crafting and repairing equipment for the gear workbench. I'm not sure what was more important to you, but I think you should leave it to me in the comments. Leave it to me in the comments. I think you should leave me a message in the comments. Anyways, it's your boy Double O for show, variety streamer, and see you guys in the next one.